Wow. Hi guys, I don't know how many will be able to join me here. So I've been trying for the past 37, 30 minutes to join YouTube Live to be able to teach or go through a free class I just thought about. Like, I literally just thought about it. I had an online class and apparently I finished on time because my students had some excuses, some things they needed to do or things they needed to take care of that was or that is important. And since there was free time, I said, let me offer to teach something free. And I've been trying for the past 1 hour to make this work, and it has not been working. Like, I've literally been shuttling between two networks, and it's been almost impossible. But I'm finally here. So let me see how many people are going to join in. Even if nobody joins in, I think I'll just do it, save it, then um, give out the links later. Um, I hope people get to join now because we are live. I am live. I am live. Meanwhile, this will be my first YouTube live and it's totally unplanned. You can see I don't even have strength to do any of those, but this is unplanned. So everything I'm saying here or the slides I have, I hope I get to open it because I don't understand what's happening to the network. The slides I have are slides I've had for a while. I just something new though, but it was specifically for a program I did. I think 2 weeks ago, somewhere I had to talk about interior. So I said, let me just why not just share? I just omitted some things and added a few things to make it work as a free live webinar. Okay, so let's share and see how many people can join us. So I think I've shared this before. So there's really, I just hope people get to join in. Well, let me share my screen and start off right away rather than wait for persons to join in because I don't know how that will happen with this network that I have experienced today. The network has been crazy, literally crazy, like very crazy. Well, okay, so um, first things first, I'm going to share my entire screen because I think that's the best way this can work. I'm going to share my entire screen. Hallelujah, the network actually worked. This is so good to see. And now I'm seeing multiple streams of screens. Well, it's, oh, yeah, well, okay. So this is, if you notice, I changed the class. Not everything about introduction, but at least 85% of what I teach during my introduction. So interior decoration and design overview by my humble self, Ala Onyeka Pepple. I don't know if you've met me before. If you know me before, I am Ala and I am Onyeka and I am Pepple. I used to be Wilcox. This YouTube page I've had for a while, but I've not really been serious with it. Anyways, I'm here today after a very long time. We've been away for some months. I've not posted anything. And I'm an interior designer. I love being called the space therapist because that is who I am. I'm not just an interior designer. I help um, balance life through people's spaces. So yes, I'm a space therapist, but just for you not to be confused, I'm an interior designer. So we're going to be about interior decoration and design. The overview is more or less like an introductory class for interior decoration. Me, who am I? Well, I'm Ala Onyeka Pepo, and creative director of Cox Imaginations Limited, a Port Harcourt-based interior design company in Nigeria, which is dedicated to making life better by creating an environment that enhances living and working. And I'm also the lead facilitator of Cox Interior Academy, an interior design school that training passionate people know better. So me talking about interior design right now is not just because I'm an interior designer, it's because I just started off an academy on interior design and I really, really love to teach interior design. I'm a graduate of Linguistics and Communication Studies from the University of Port Harcourt. I also hold a diploma in law and international certificate in French, a certificate in human resource management, project management, a diploma in interior decoration and design from Marvin Seed, Lagos, Nigeria, and few certificates from international interior design colleges. That is me. Known as a space therapist, I abandoned the career in the corporate world to focus on interior design as my passion for interior spaces drew me into finding solutions to enable people live better lives within their interior spaces. For over 6 years, I have been consistent in my niche via interior design consultation, full service interior design and trainings. I enjoy giving back to the society, and that led me to organizing Skill Up, an outreach that teaches and skills orphan teenagers in orphanage homes and remodels their spaces at the same time. In 2020, my team and I trained over 20 teenagers who are using the skills to fend for themselves as they go out to the outside world. I'm a volunteer with Come to School with Say and Go Future Network. On the side, I'm a blogger, a writer, a YouTuber, a chorister, and a mother. A wife and a mother before it looked like I'm a single mom. Well, the thing with being, I was raised by a single mom, so there's nothing between that. But because life happens. But, anyways, wife and mother. I have compiled and published two books in interior, checklist for interior space, and how to feel. And I look forward to being one of the most influential women in the South region and Africa at large. Okay, so this is finally going to be a recording. I can squeeze this into a few minutes rather than an hour. God and interior design, introduction to interior decoration and interior design, who are interior design professionals, difference between an interior decorator and interior designers, benefits of interior design, benefits of studying interior design, different scopes of interior design, and how much is the interior design industry worth in Nigeria. Head of participants. I think this is not really important since it's being recorded, but we were supposed to introduce ourselves and ask questions. Um, so, God and design. This I just came up with about 2 weeks ago. It has never been part of my interior design module. It has always been just something I knew. But while I was having my last set of training or a planned organized training, and it was for a church, I I really, 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 I was burdened on my heart to put this in God and design because most people do not know that God is actually associated with design. So let's see the scriptures. Genesis chapter 1 from verse 1 to 3. God created the heavens and earth. All you see, all you don't see. Earth was a soup of nothingness, a bottomless emptiness, an inky blackness. God's spirit brooded like a bird above the watery abyss. God spoke light, and light appeared. Emphasis on God created from nothingness, emptiness, and definitely something appeared. The second one, Exodus 35, 31 to 35, message. He filled him with the Spirit of God, with skill, ability, and know how for making all sorts of things, to design and work in gold, silver, and bronze, to carve stones and set them, to carve wood, work in every kind of skilled crafts. That's in the message translation. In GNT, it says, God has filled him with his power and given him skill, ability, and understanding for every kind of artistic work, for planning, skillful designs, and working them in gold, silver, and bronze, for cutting jewels to be set, for carving wood, and for every other kind of artistic work. Now, Proverbs 24 3 to 4, GT. Homes are built on the foundation of wisdom and understanding. Where there is knowledge, the rooms are furnished with valuable, beautiful things. Then in message translation, it says, it takes wisdom to build a house, understanding to set it on a firm foundation. It takes knowledge to furnish its room with fine furniture and beautiful draperies. So if you notice, I highlighted some statements, some words, some sentences. He's filled with the Spirit of God with skill, ability, and know-how, making all sorts of things to design and work. The others are extras. God has filled him with his power and given him skill, ability, and understanding for every kind of artistic work, for planning skillful designs and working them in, etc. So there are some words that there's skill, ability, understanding of every kind of artistic work, planning, then skillful designs, then working them out. Homes are built on the foundation of wisdom and understanding. Where there is knowledge, the rooms are furnished with valuable, beautiful things. Without knowledge, you literally cannot furnish a room with valuable, beautiful things. Whether you are an interior decorator, an interior designer, whether you're just a human being that loves seeing beautiful spaces. Without the knowledge of what things done, really what things are used for, the appropriate use of things, you're definitely not going to be able to furnish that space with things that are valuable or things that are beautiful. So I'm looking through my messages in case it's showing that people have actually gone in. Okay, so God and design. Things to note: God is the first architect and interior designer. I'm sure you'll be asking yourself how. Well, he is the first interior designer, the first. Why do I say so? In the beginning, when God, from one of the scripture we just read before now, in the beginning, God created, like there was absolutely nothing existing on the surface of this earth or in this world, or I don't even know what to call it, in the universe, whatever the case might be, there was nothing existing. But in the absence of nothing, God created. He might not have used his hands like we are using, but he spoke. He saw that there was nothing and he spoke and he created an organized space. He saw that it was good, which is one of the aesthetic things that we look at. Um, as an architect, God built Noah with the ark. He gave every dimensions and everything. This is something that has not been done before, but he was the person that first built that. Like he gave specific. We never saw anything specific like we did before. Then, as an interior designer, in short, the first person that God anointed, like filled him, where we first heard the Spirit of God in the Bible, was with a man that God wanted to design the temple or the tent, or to design the temple people were going to be worshiping, or where the ark was going to be in. Is serious business. So interior design is not just about the fact that it's putting beautiful things in spaces, organizing spaces, or any of that. It's actually deeper. God is the first interior designer. God had to impute his spirit in him, and he did this with Bezalel. He had to do that to be able to um, give him an idea. Like when the Spirit of God comes on you, it's more or less like God has imparted in you what. So that's the first impartation we really had in the Bible, was shown in the Bible. And it was for someone to do interior design in every sphere for the temple. So Bezalel was the first person filled with the Spirit of God in the Bible. He was a craftsman and designer. building the intricate part of the act needed more than just skill, but spirit-filled skill. So it's an honor to be in line with the field that first got a calling from the Spirit of God. Yeah, that's how I see it. That's how special and other interior are. I hope they know that. Interior design is more than just fine spaces, it actually builds people, it influences human interaction. The more we understand that or we know that, the better it works for us. So, interior is not just about the place is fine, is aesthetic in their eyes, it has to do with how our it influences us. If your space is well organized, trust me, praying is going to be easier, studying is going to be easier. That's why there are functionalities attached with every space. Why are there functionalities attached with every space? Because of the influence it has on human interaction. So interior design is more than just pleasing the eyes or pleasing people or pleasing even the user. It goes deeper than that. So because it is actually spiritual, not just physical. It's also very spiritual. Next, introduction to interior decoration and design in full. So, we're supposed to answer questions right now, what we think the difference is between them. But in absence of anyone being here, since I'm now just doing the video and it's going to be like a recorded version, I'm going to go straight to what interior decoration and design is, or if there's a difference between them. So, what is interior design? Interior design is the art and science of enhancing the interior of a building to achieve a healthier and more aesthetically pleasing environment for the people using the space. Emphasis on enhancing the interior, um, achieving a healthier and more aesthetically pleasing environment. Interior design is the art and science of understanding people's behavior to create functional spaces within a building. So, literally, interior designers are psychologists in a way because we have to understand the people that are using the space, whether we know them or not. At our first meet, our first conversation, questions that we ask them opens us to who they are. So, we're supposed to perceive these individuals that are coming to us and see how we can create spaces that will be functional to them, whether they said it, they talk about that particular functionality or not. So it's a very, very psychological job, and it's art and it's science because it's not just about the beauty, putting curtains, draperies, and all that stuff here and there, or artworks or art pieces or what have you. It's not just that. There are technical parts that has to do with like the science side. Psychology is part of it because psychology, physiology is part of it. That is like a science part. Um, Measurements and all the maths that has to come with the science. And of course, I don't like science or maths, but here I'm doing interior design. I'm a space therapist, so I have to know tidbits of these things. Interior design is a multifaceted profession in which creative and technical solutions are applied within a structure to achieve a built interior environment. It's multifaceted. It's not just as an interior designer, I work with different people: plumbers, carpenters, furniture makers, electricians, artists, um, painters, creators, um, makers, architects, a whole lot, like civil engineers. It's a long list, but it's a multifaceted profession. So, as an interior designer, you need to know tidbits of things that apply to these different areas so that you can um, achieve those functional spaces or create solutions that are actually solutions and not problems to the individuals using the space. Interior design is about optimizing indoor spaces so that they serve specific purpose. So you have to optimize the space within. I remember when I wanted to learn interior design, I was looking forward to learn in the city I stay in Nigeria, and I couldn't find. Most of the people that they led me to were event decorators. So most people were then confusing event decorators for interior decorators, but that's not what I was looking for. So it's about optimizing indoor spaces. If you're designing a house or an office and you also have to work on the exterior, that's a plus because obviously from the outside to the inside, but our attention as interior designers is more of optimizing indoor spaces so that they serve specific purposes. So, who are interior design professionals? They should be able to communicate their design concepts effectively through drawings and other documents used in the industry. You notice that drawings have entered inside, and those drawings is not artistic drawings, it's actually scientific drawings. God said it's the art and science. It has to do with like art and science. So it's very, very necessary that communication, they can communicate these things, communicate these design concepts effectively. Interior design professionals provide the owners of homes and many kinds of businesses with functional buildings and life safety codes that address environmental issues, and they understand basic construction and mechanical systems of buildings. Kinds of businesses, owners of homes with functional buildings and life safety codes that address environmental issues. Like it gets really complicated because there are lots of things interior designers or interior design professionals will look at when they are designing or constructing a space. They make interior spaces functional, safe, and beautiful by determining space requirements and selecting decorative items, colors, lighting, and materials. They read blueprints and must be aware of building codes and inspection regulations as well as universal accessibility standards. I see many people breaking windows where they're not supposed to break windows open, or seal up windows where they're not supposed to seal up windows because they want to do interior. There are so many things that are being looked at as interior design professionals. So, difference between an interior designer and an interior decorator. From our definition above, we are already aware that interior decorators are basically associated with the aesthetics of a space. I think I missed this slide, but that's what it is. Interior decorators are basically associated with the aesthetics of the space. They are more concerned with the embellishment or adorning of an interior space. Professional designers are not interior decorators, and interior decorators are not professional interior designers. I'll say that again. Professional interior designers are not interior decorators, and interior decorators are not professional interior designers, although the public generally does not see any difference. Whilst interior decorators are more concerned with how beautiful the space looks, interior designers are solely concerned with sound transference, acoustic properties, flammability of properties, static requirements, human interaction, and behavior. And while both an interior designer and interior decorator provide input on aesthetics, the interior designer typically goes beyond that to provide further input on the functionality, efficiency, and safety of a space. You can see that interior designers are going deeper. That's why I said there's a psychological part attached to it. Interior designers and interior decorators both perform important jobs, but it is important that we don't continue to confuse to do so. To do so is a disservice to both professions. A professional interior decorator and designer, if you notice, I've merged the two, is a qualified person who designs and decorates building interiors, taking into account aesthetics, function, safety, and fundamental building conditions. Very important to note that. Okay, so benefits of interior design. Some benefits of interior designs are improved aesthetic appeal and visual comfort. When you get into a space that is well designed, there's this form of appeal that you have, like this place is beautiful, this place is fine, this place looks really comfortable. You just Visually, you've not even sat on the chair, but you already feel comfortable because of the ambience of the space. That's one of the benefits of interior design. Enhance functionality and efficiency. The things that are being put in the space are functional and they are efficient for what the space is for. Efficient for what the space is for. So, for instance, if it's an office, you don't have something laying there that is not efficient in any way to help them work. You're not going to put up stuff that will make your clients or make that are working in that within that official space to be feeling sleepy or be feeling drowsy or any of that. You have to give them a design that makes them efficient in whatever role they are called to do. Better utilization of space and resources. Obviously, you don't see a place that is with different types of items. You utilize the space better and you utilize the resources that you have too better, because many a times if it's just a regular person trying to design a space for himself or herself, he or she can buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, properly planning. And when they come into the space, they see, oh, there was really no need for me to use this or for me to buy this. That's how it is. But an interior designer will carefully look through everything, every single item that is going to be used within that space. So that way they utilize your resource, which is your money, to bring forth something that is efficient and functional to you, not waste. Now, improve safety and accessibility. Interior designers consider safety. That's like one of the jobs that we do. So when we do our designs, we think of how safe it is. Anybody that says he or she is an interior designer or an interior decorator and doesn't consider safety, not just hazardous like fire or any of that issues, but safety in terms of even the furnitures that are being used within the space. I'll take for instance a family that has little children, toddlers. An interior designer will pay attention to the kind of shapes that exist within that space. They're going to pay attention to the kind of items that are used, furniture that are used within that space for the safety of the children. So it's not just about probably they put what's it called fire drainer for water just in case there's a fire. No, it goes deeper than that. Because if a child hits his or her head on something that is very hard or that is fatal, we know how children play these days. It becomes danger. It puts them out of safety. It can take their lives. It can take their memories. Like it can do different things. So it's very, very necessary for interior designers take safety as one of the necessities whilst they are designing spaces. Boosted productivity and creativity. You want to be creative, interior design. You have to design that space in such a way that creativity comes easily. Remember me talking about being efficient, especially if it's within an office space. You won't design an office space in such a way that the people that are there are not going to be efficient. The workers are not going to be employees are not going to be efficient. They have to work out what they are there for. So you have to know the goals, the purpose, the aim of the company, and see how you can design the space to help them achieve that. So it helps boost productivity and creativity, because when you're creative, you're productive. When you're productive, you're actually creative. Stress reduction and improved mental health, especially for homes. Oh my God, it reduces stress. People should literally come into um, people should literally come to their houses, and when they come to their houses, they are just relaxed. Like they come to their houses and they just want to rest. Not come to their house and you want to walk. No, 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 no. Interior design should help you come home, have that need for I want to rest. I don't want to overwork. especially for people that are alcoholics. So there's something I always do when I meet clients for the first time. I see them, I speak to them, I ask them some questions. Remember, psychology is kind of attached to interior design. So when I meet them, I talk with them, I try to see if they're workaholics. If they are workaholics, I try as much as possible that when designing their creating a space where they can bond with family, relax. Because most of the chaos we have in our world today, especially in Nigeria, leadership and all of that, do with people not being able to be at home like they are working. We have news of, oh, he's a man, man works, man does this, man does that. When a man comes home, he should have time for his family, he should be able to bond with his children, bond with his wife, have good times at home. Then when you go out there, you work. But when you come, my dear, you just have to relax and you have to rest. So that's one of the things it does. Interior design, one of the benefits of it, when it's done rightly, it reduces stress. Even in the office space, I tell people if they have space, they should have stress reduction rooms where people can leave their office desks or their office spaces and go somewhere to chill out. Chill out. It must not necessarily be like in break time or any of that. Like take time out, like a time out room. You go there, you can talk to your spouse, you can talk to who you want to talk to. If it's the internet that will help you to distress, you go there, you browse a little bit, watch some skits, you laugh, you come out. If it's what's it called, reading, there should be books there, books that will inspire you, what case might be. If it is taking a short nap, like a 10-15 minute nap, that's to help you to be distressed, you do just that. That's my advice really. Offices, if they have the space, the luxurious space, that should be done. Because when stress is reduced, even during working hours, like there's a place where you can distress, it makes your job more interesting. It makes you more creative, it makes you more productive, and it definitely improves your mental health. Because excuse me, if you're stressed, how can you how can your mental health be okay? Like as you're compounding stress, the more stress you compound, the more your mental health is being questioned. So definitely one of the things it does is reduce stress and improve mental health, increase property value and marketability. I see that over where I'm at in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, we've not taken this seriously. I think Lagos and Abuja have taken it top notch. So real estate people, they, they what they show their clients, they actually invest money into that, get furnitures and all of that, maybe through collaboration, maybe through their own, either of the above. They do this to be able to get their properties to be valuable, more valuable, and to be valuable. A space or a real estate space that is being that that has nothing, and the one that has like furnitures arrangement, you can literally see the picture of what the space looks like, not just from 3D image or video. It always sells faster than those ones that are empty, and you put this here, you put this there, you put that there. Comfort, I don't even need to emphasize on this. Definitely, comfort is one of the things that interior design does. When you design your house or your space, is one of the things you're thinking about is comfort. Improved communication with God and family. Like I said earlier, you want to talk with God better, have good interior design space. Where you will arrange your prayer closet, your prayer room, or what have you. Communicating with God will be so interesting. Spending time with family, it's going to make it more interesting. There are some ambiences that you create in a house that even if partners are angry at themselves, they had a squabble, they are going to want to settle, literally settle to to sleep. Why? Because of how the ambience of the space has been created. So benefits of interior designs, these are the benefits of studying interior design. The one way follow all. You learn the principles, you learn everything that you need to learn about it, how it works. Then you get creative with your ideas. Not just your ideas, because As interior design professionals, you're not going to be, but it has to do with, there's like a psychological part of it. So basically, the what's it called? The ideas you're bringing to life is not just yours, it's the ideas of people that you're working with. So imagine that you're doing it one way fits all. Definitely you're going to be getting the same results. Meanwhile, you're working for different people. So it really, really has to do with creative expression. So opportunities for specialization, you can choose to specialize in a particular area of interest, such as residential design, commercial design, or sustainable design, depending on where or what you want to do. So it's your choice. Variety of job roles. So interior designers can work in a variety of settings, including architectural firms, design studios, retail stores, construction companies. They can work anywhere they want to work in majority areas. Opportunities for entrepreneurship. Many interior designers choose to start their own, which can provide greater autonomy and financial potential, as well as it can also help the economy of the nation that they are existing in because of the turnovers and all of that. So constant learning. Interior design requires staying up to date with the latest trends, technologies, and materials, which can lead to continuous learning and professional growth. Now, I'm going to put a quote. I'm going to put a quote on this because latest trends does not mean that you are always going to do latest trends. Know them and inculcate them in your design. But my advice, honestly, as a space therapist, is that you should not follow trends because transcend into other trends you get. So you have to always think of making your space timeless. As much as you're knowing it, it's good that you understand how to use them, not overuse them or do trends as trends are, so that the spaces that you're creating can stay over time and can be timeless. Positive impacts on society. So interior designers can positively affect people's lives by creating spaces that are functional, comfortable, and aesthetically pleasing. Trust me, if you come out from an organized home, a home that is fine, that you're comfortable in, that you're well rested in, you're well relaxed in, and you come outside and somebody wants to get on your nerves, you're going to pipe low because, first of all, where you're coming from, there's this form of stress relief. So you're not going to react like instantaneously in the manner that the person has reacted to you. You're going to think first. So it has a way of positively influencing us, influencing how we live our lives, or influencing how we react or treat other people. Different scopes of interior design. So we have residential design that's creating beautiful functional living spaces for homes, apartments, and villas. We have commercial design, which is planning and designing offices, restaurants, hotels, shopping centers, and other business establishments. Those are the I do you see the ones that are actually the ones I don't even have strengths. Institutional design, that's developing educational institutions, hospitals, clinics, and government facilities. Hospitality design, that's designing luxury resorts, hotels, and recreational spaces that cater to tourists and travelers. Yes, this is really nice because when you're designing this, you're designing for people from all walks of life, different nations, continent. You don't know who's going to step into that place that you're designing. So industrial design, creating efficient and safe working environment for factories, warehouses, and production units. Public space design, enhancing public areas like parks, museums, libraries, and community centers. Landscape design, planning and designing outdoor spaces, gardens, and landscapes that complement and enhance the surrounding architecture. So these are different scopes of interior design. The one I do is residential, commercial, and hospitality design. Every other one I know get power. So how much is the interior design industry worth in Nigeria? The Interior Designers Association of Nigeria has said the African economy. Just imagine 30 billion naira in this no money, no money, and this is an old data. So imagine the turnover is going to make now, it's going to generate now, in the sense that we know how our economy is going, we know how prices of things are increasing and all of that. So just imagine. Interior design is a lucrative career path, and if you have passion for it, you're undoubtedly on a trajectory towards a successful career. However, to excel in interior design, you must be driven by a passion for design and creativity. You must be driven by passion because the money doesn't just come like that, except, of course, you are well connected and linked to people that are willing to give you jobs. If that is the case, kudos. You're going to be soaring very fast. So I have some books on seller. I have two books right now on seller. I think I have one person joined in while I was talking. So ideally, this is supposed to be a live class, but since people didn't join in and network has been misbehaving, I decided to just talk it over. Then I'll save it up on YouTube and it can be rewatched. So I've literally been talking to myself. However, I'm glad you joined, whoever you are. So there's one checklist for your interior space. This is like a checklist you need when you want to design your house or you're building a house or what have you, for all the essentials you need within your interior space. So I did it in such a way that as an office you want to decorate or you want to design by yourself, you can literally just go through it and you know the things you're going to buy, the important things you're going to buy. um Fix your space. How to fix your space is actually it's a free webinar I did. So the slides, I just turned it into a book. It's free on seller. Checklist for your interior space is 3,000 naira, but it has been reduced to 1,200 um for my niceness venture, because I'm a nice person. So you can go on seller and you can check them out. I'm ala people on seller, so you can just look for it by support my ministry. This is all I can take for today. I don't know if you have any questions. So since this will be like a recorded video, whatever you have, you can drop it in the comment section or you can send me an email, alaopepple@gmail.com. alaopepple@gmail.com, and I'm going to respond to it. If I have to do a video, I'll do a video responding to your question. You can also check me up on Instagram and on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm Pepple. I can't even remember my handle. That's how funny it is. I'm either Ala Pepple or Ala O Pepple on Instagram. Trust me, I can't remember. And this is so embarrassing. But on Facebook, I'm Ala Onyeka Pepple on Facebook. You can follow me. You can ask me the questions right there. My business page, Jeda Cox Imaginations at .com. That's for the email. Then for social media handle, Jeda Cox Imaginations. Just Jeda Cox Imaginations. That will be spelled JEDACOX Imaginations. That's just it. Is that simple? That one is not one I cannot remember. It's just how much I like doing what I do. So thank you so much for joining in or watching this webinar. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. If you have any question, you can ask. I can't say anything in the chat box, so I'm just going to end this stream um, and look forward to answering your questions later. Have a nice day. Bye.